That's right. It is Monday night. It is 6 o'clock, and we are under the stadium lights of Stadium Sports Bar and Casino for the Coaches Show. And tonight we are on the soccer pitch with CMR Boys Soccer. Head coach Brian Clark. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. So before we get too far into tonight's discussion, we do have some scores around the area from last week. Gallatin 34, CMR 7. Boys football. I was there. That was a little ugly. That was not as bad as last year's, but still not great. Great Falls High 50, Bozeman 70. I didn't know we were doing arena football in Bozeman.
That was crazy.
That was a crazy one. Yes. In girls volleyball, West 4, Great Falls High 1. Pretty close matches, but yeah, best of 5. Great Falls High started with a win, and then West took over from there. CMR got the sweep over Belgrade 3-0, and heard you guys did fairly well against Gallatin. So let's dive into some soccer conversation. How do you feel your season has gone?
Well, it's been not the way we necessarily wanted it to go, but going back to the Gallatin game. On Friday, I thought our boys competed really well. We played a tough match against a really quality team and ended up giving the go-ahead goal with about 3 minutes left. In the match.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was 1-1.5, and, a quality side, give it to Gallatin for, their coaching staff and their players. They are quality. And but I was really proud of what our guys were able to put together, and especially defensively, we were just strong and really frustrated that team. A quality team like that
good
has scored a lot of goals in other competitions in the Eastern Conference. So, yeah, you hate to lose, but there are some moral victories in there.
Yeah. And I mean, some people say that there are, some people say that there aren't. But soccer is one of those unique beasts where, since you can tie, there is something to take away from everything, right? I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the ties. We'll get into that a little later. But one of the questions I did have for you is, I know in football, the measuring stick is usually the reigning champ. So when CMR hosted Capital, last year's champion, who people didn't really think were going to be in the state championship, let alone win it. When you win a game like that, despite how many seniors you may have and how many they may have lost, it's like that's kind of your measuring stick to see, okay, like how much potential does this team have? For you guys, it seems like it's Gallatin. And why is it Gallatin that's your guys' measuring stick in soccer?
And then talk about football, right?
Yeah.
Capital and CMR having that awesome win
at
the beginning of the season. That was amazing. And kudos to them. Gallatin's always been a strong team. I think any of the Bozeman teams have.
Okay.
Last year in the quarterfinals for the state championship, we had 3 out of the 4 teams from the Eastern Conference, and that was Gallatin, and that was West and Senior. And so those have been the kind of measuring stick. Gallatin was right there as well. So, as a measuring stick, those teams are always the ones that we're trying to see. Where are we at compared to everyone else? How can we do? So, yeah, to have that result, that 2-1 result, especially compared to if you look at last year's results, and right now our record doesn't reflect maybe what we've put on the field compared to last year, where we had more wins at this point. That was kind of gave the guys a lot of confidence of, hey, we can do this. This is where we're at.
I always hear West. West is one of those teams, no matter the sport, and it's just like, I don't know if it's the population, if it's the programs or what, but Gallatin is a very new school, but yet somehow they've managed to get it right with the soccer aspect of it. I mean, what does it take to get a program right like Gallatin has in your mind?
I think it's just, a lot of maybe numbers, and I don't know, compared to other schools, what their numbers are compared to ours, the quality of soccer that they have, and the younger programs that they're building coming up, that sort of thing. And even, we want to go population density of what Bozeman's done and grown.
It's growing. It's growing.
Things like that. So, I'm not sure how to really answer that question, but
fair enough.
they do a good job, and especially at the club level there. One of their club directors is the girls' Gallatin coach, and
Oh,
so
okay.
there's a connection there
Yeah, for sure.
as well. But they do a quality job of teaching their kids fundamentals, and both on the technical side and the tactical side, and growing their programs at young ages as well. And I think Great Falls is on the rise to doing that as well.
Now, when I met you at first, it was you were involved with Rush,
Correct.
and so is that are those summer and I guess club programs? Is that how you guys do feeders here?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's we don't have middle school programs
Oh,
here
okay.
in
Now it makes sense.
for the sport of soccer, and so yeah, these kids are coming from the club sport and then jumping into the interscholastic side. So yeah, we're trying to really work with the club level too, of building those fundamentals, those foundations, things like that, and hoping that will trickle into the high school.
Okay. So how have you like kind of implemented what your vision of Rustler soccer is? Because each coach, they say the timeline is about 2 to 3 years until you finally start to see it take shape. Because then you've had a full tenure of seniors, at your disposal from sophomore and so to now. But I mean, obviously, you guys, it's kind of a win now mentality, even for soccer. So how does that look through your eyes so far?
I'd be curious to hear what these two guys have to say over here
Oh, okay.
about that. No, it's for me. It was about coming in and trying to establish a culture of a brotherhood, and
Yeah,
we're
for
in it
sure.
together. We're a team sport, just like so many others,
Yeah.
but um, we needed everyone to buy in and to do a thing, play the way we wanted to play, and a style, and even set expectations of um, just who we wanted to be and how we presented ourselves. I think was the big thing for me coming into this position and trying to move forward for the program, because once you establish that, then some of those other little things start to matriculate into that winning mentality.
Yeah, one of the great interviews I had, one of my first years here with the news station, was Garrett Bodley,
Oh, okay.
and he had the quote of, you know, my team's mistakes are my mistakes. Like there is no sole person responsible for a mistake out on the field. And even last week, when we had Great Falls High girls soccer on here, their goalkeeper said that I'm not the only line of defense. I'm the last line of defense when it comes to scoring and whatnot. Because when you end a game 0-1 or 1-0 and you're on the losing side, and it was like you know 60 minutes of no goals, but that one got through. I was like, how do you mentally? She's like, well, I'm not the only line of defense. I'm the last line of defense. We're a team out there. I mean, is that the kind of culture that you're talking about as far as establishing that
We're,
accountability and whatnot?
yeah, absolutely. We're trying. I mean, we're not perfect. We have our moments, coaches and players alike. And that's where it starts too, is with the coaches.
Yeah,
Um, you know, Coach Joey and I talk like, hey, now we take ownership in this loss too, because we didn't do these certain things, this and that. It just doesn't start with those 11 on the field. It's all of us.
yeah,
And so, yeah, that's the thing. And supporting each other and trying to um, encourage through especially the difficult times. I think that's the hardest part. Is everyone's good when you're winning. Everyone's happy when you're winning.
Winning cures a lot of
Oh
ills.
my
Yes,
gosh.
it
Yes,
does.
it does.
Winning cures a lot of ills.
You can ask my wife. There's a happier husband coming home a lot of times when you're winning. But no, it's just about supporting and working through those difficult times. And yeah, it takes 11
Yeah,
on the pitch at one time, but there's the bench that can be helping, and the coaching staff and all that. And so yeah, it's all of us. And the seniors made our poster for this year, and this is, all you need is all you got,
yeah.
or something to that effect. I might be messing that up, but it's true. Like, just give it what you have, but we can learn and grow together as well.
So I got into soccer, a handful of years ago when World Cup rolls around. Team USA, here we go. Let's
Yeah,
let's do this
love
thing.
it.
And you tune in and you're watching and you're waiting. 80 minutes for a goal to happen that never happens. But I observed something and I went on record kind of ranking sports and their athletes. And I think football, they're both mentally and physically tough. It's a lot of short sprints, but you have to like be thinking 3 steps ahead. What's the guy across from me gonna do? What does the defense look like? And then, I think baseball is a chess game, with the
Hmm.
pitching and whatnot. So a lot of mental toughness there. But I said, I think soccer has got to have the most conditioned athletes in the world. I mean, to just go out there and run around nonstop. And then they add the time on after the extra time, which is crazy. Apparently, the Great Falls High girls soccer team does not believe in conditioning. So I was curious about, your thoughts on one, that assessment of soccer players being the most conditioned, and how do you get your guys up to the task of out there outlasting the other team for 60 or 80 minutes, however long it is.
Yeah, no, I think it's right up there next to golf.
Really?
No,
You almost had me there. I was like, oh man, I got to hear this. Okay.
no, I will give golfers though. They're fit. To walk a course, to
Oh
all
yeah.
of those
Yeah,
things,
no
and
doubt.
they don't have to carry the bags. But for the high school and collegiate players that do have to do that,
Yeah.
that's taxing. No, and I don't mean to get on golf or anything. I was trying to be funny, not very funny. Um, no, I think it's one of the toughest. I look at rugby,
Oh
which
yeah.
is another one. You're
Very physical.
doing the physical part, but you're also doing the running part
Mhm.
as being one of those that, wow, how do these guys do it? And they don't sub a lot. And in our sport, if you watch the higher levels, they don't sub a lot. They don't get a lot of subs. And so, yeah, you have to be physically conditioned to be able to play those kind of minutes, but also mentally conditioned
Oh yeah.
to do it as well. And um, look at boxing. That's another tough one. The physical, the mental part, things like that. But yeah, no. What I think a lot of people, maybe around Montana and other rural places, that football and basketball are the key sports, and I played both. I loved them both
Yeah.
too. So I get it. But they don't realize how physical the sport of soccer can
It's
be.
very physical. Yeah.
Yes, the bruises, the people getting their foot stepped on, almost breaking a toe.
Leads to the
Thing.
shin,
Oh,
man. Oof.
Bryce can tell you when he comes on he got, we call it raked or stepped on the back of the
Oh.
heel, and just yeah, and they're little things that just sometimes they're part of the game, sometimes they're a foul, but
Yeah.
other times they're just part of the game that
Yeah.
these guys go through and tough out. And yeah, it's physically, yeah, absolutely a challenge, and mentally as well. The conditioning part, I tell all the players, if we do some, I call it static conditioning, where just get on the line and run. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
not a punishment. This is to make you better, because we got to go play 80 minutes.
Yeah.
And I don't like to sub a lot. If we have a good team out there, things are going well, I don't like to sub a lot. So be ready for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so that explains the conditioning and the approach to that. I'm always curious about film study. Like, what are you looking for when you get that huddle from the other team? Like, because there's a strategy in every sport, but I mean, for soccer, like, what is it specifically that you're looking for?
I think that depends on the team and the year, to be honest. Um, there's strategic things that we can pull from, that we try to expose the other team or
Yeah.
see what they're doing, or see how we want to defend differently, maybe to stop what they're good at and things like that. So when I sit down and watch film, I try to really look at, okay, what have we run? How have we run it? And then when I talk about running, is systems of play. So
Yeah.
systems formation. Okay. And
Okay.
so there are different ways to set up the team, like basketball and defense, like a 2-3 zone versus a 1-2-2, or man to man, or whatever, things like that. And so trying to see what might best help our team find our strengths and utilize them against that team, but then also see what that team's really strong at. And like, okay, do we need to change some personnel? Do we need to change our formation? Or again, there's ways we can attack more or we can defend more, and kind of sit back and defend the team, or we're going to go press them and try to lock them in their defensive side and win the ball and attack that way. So it just depends on the team, but there's a lot that we look at in the game film of the opponent we're approaching and how can we best successfully set up. And I think that's every team is different, every opponent, I mean.
Yeah.
And how we want to approach it versus what we have going on with our team as well.
So how do you teach like the aggression, because that's what we see a lot in soccer is there's this line of aggression and then there's the cards come out, right? But you want to be physical, you want to kind of not impose your will, but make your presence be known. And in a game where you cannot use your hands, it's almost like, okay, how do you gauge what's aggressive and what's over the line with legs and feet and then your shoulders and your head?
Yeah. Well, I'll say a lot of that's on the referee too.
Oh, yeah.
And not to like point fingers, but it is, some allow more, some, call it a tighter game. Same with any sport.
Yeah.
And so now we want our players to be aggressive and to challenge in a fair manner. And I think that's the word in soccer, or maybe in any sport, but fair challenge.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so now we don't want them to back down or anything like that to get in there. And there are times that, and it depends on how the game's going and kind of the emotions of the game. Referees can call it differently. What a fair tackle might have been in the first half is not in the second half, kind of thing. But, no, we just talk about doing it the right way and being fair and within the laws of the game.
I think that's huge at the high school level, doing it, not just doing it, but doing it the right way. And I think that's where a lot of coaching turnover happens is, you want to do it the right way, but you also don't want to cut any corners. Sometimes it's tempting, very tempting to want to cut corners. But I think at this age, at this phase of any athletic career, doing it the right way is so important. So I applaud you for that. I got to ask, Ted Lasso, great series or the greatest series?
Are we talking genres or just straight up?
So when I asked Ian Deal this a couple of years ago, because I honestly I had to know, because there's been times where the American culture will bring over something from around the world, and then you talk to those people and it's nothing like that. Like, I don't know why America has to over dramatize. He loved it. He's like, that's spot on. And I was like, really? He's like, I can't get enough of it. So he loved Ted Lasso. So I was curious, you as somebody who clearly has a long tenured history with soccer, what you thought, if you ever watched it, like okay, you watched it, yes. And your big takeaways were?
I love Ted. Ted's awesome.
Roy Kent is my favorite character.
Nice. Yeah. If you had him on mute, yeah, probably.
That's very true.
No, I thought it was a great series. And the takeaways, though, the writers of, and I go beyond soccer, sorry, and digress, but the writers of that.
Oh, it was beautifully done.
Like,
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jason himself just, was. No, I loved it. And I take things from how he handled players in a fictional thing. And I'm like, that is great.
That's awesome.
That's what I need. That's what I should try that. I should do that. So I think they're hilarious. It was good drama, but
awesome.
Just a good soccer series.
Okay, good. Accurate representation.
Yeah.
People from both sides of the pond like it. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Good. I'm glad it was a good investment for me. So as we get ready to wrap up our time with you, we do this fun little bit called Fishing for Compliments with Coach, because coaches are notorious for not just giving out compliments, so players have to fish for them. So we give you a rod. There's these fish in here with little numbers on them. So there's a magnet in there.
Maybe.
Oh, ooh, this is going to be a different one finally. We had a couple of weeks in a row where it was the same one.
All right.
So this is number 5, and my key here. Ooh, okay. You brought your captains with you, so this is actually a very fitting fish for them. You have to give me a compliment about each one and their leadership. What do you love about their leadership?
Well, the way Shane's dominating those wings right now.
Oh man, yeah.
Now, um, I'd say Shane. I'll start with Shane just because I pointed him out as he's eating right now. Shane has grown up tremendously in my last 2 years. I just started last year, and the amount of growth as a young man and as a player, just to watch him do the things he does, in particular his leadership of grabbing younger underclassmen and kind of just put them under his wing and helping them out, going out of his way, is something that I don't tell him enough. You're right. I love this. I love this because we don't tell him enough.
Exactly. That's why it's fishing for compliments.
Yep. And
for Bryce.
And he's done an amazing job between the pipes for us this year. So,
all right. And Bryce's leadership.
Bryce, he's kind of the quiet one.
Yeah. Lead by example.
Yes, he is. But I'll tell you, that guy puts his heart and soul into every game. He's out there for the team. He's out there to bust his butt no matter what's going on, no matter what the score is. He never gives up. And yeah, that lead by example, the guy's the epitome thing, a picture of that for our program and just for young people, young men, athletes, things like that. And on the side of that, just quality character, both of them, just quality young men in the classroom, off the field, ones that are helping unload the bus, make sure all the trash is picked up. Yeah. Those are the kind of players those two are.
All right. Well, who did you guys decide was up first? Oh, Shane. Okay. Well, Coach, you guys have crosstown so early. You're the first crosstown of the year, and then you've got your second one. I'm really hoping for no ties. I want a definitive winner out of this. But that is next Tuesday. You guys have a couple of matchups in between now and then. But that, of course, for anybody in the Electric City, that is the big one, the second one. I don't know what it is about the second one, but the second one is for all the marbles. And I wish you guys great luck. Thank you so much for your time, man.
Appreciate you.
All right. Coach Brian Clark, CMR boys. And we will be right back after this.
The Stadium Lights Coaches Show is made possible by our proud sponsors. The Burger Bunker, located at 24 5th Street South here in Great Falls and open Monday through Saturday. It's my personal favorite burger in town. I like the Island. Stop in and tell them the F.A.N Show sent you. Burger Bunker, no frills, just deliciousness for your inner burger lover. Mars of Great Falls, your one-stop shop for a variety of automobile restoration services. Call today at 406-315-2142 or stop in and see Archie yourself at 1224 19th Avenue South. Schulte's 38th Street Store and Coffee House. Family owned and the best chicken in town if you ask me. But don't take my word for it. Stop in and see for yourself at 3800 3rd Avenue South. A Cutting Crew and Nails too. Located at 315 17th Avenue Northeast. Walk-ins are welcome or call and book an appointment today, 406-771-4900. Russell Country Federal Credit Union, where they believe in helping you and your children achieve financial success while building a better community. They want to be your financial home, so stop in their Great Falls or Fairfield office and get started on your new account today. Mountain West Farm Bureau Insurance, the Eric Dirk Agency. Protecting what matters most, local service you can trust, and specializing in home, auto, life, and farm ranch products. And finally, C.M. Russell Hall of Famer Linda Morin, Rustler Pride.
And we are back under the stadium lights at Stadium Sports Bar Casino, continuing our coaches show featuring the CMR Rustler boys soccer team. I am joined now by Shane Thomas. Welcome, sir. How you doing?
Thank you. Doing pretty good.
Yeah, so you guys had a tough stretch, as you mentioned, but now we're going to turn our attention to this next week and then Crosstown. But overall, I mean, what is this? About the midway point of the season is kind of what the end of September, 1st of October represents.
We just hit our midway point. So our upcoming game tomorrow is going to be the start of the second half of the season.
Wow. Okay. So I guess let's go ahead and get a recap from you. First half, big takeaways. What are they?
First half, I mean, one of the biggest things is this team, all these boys, like we've come together in such a great way. And obviously, like the results haven't been quite what we wanted, but we've been putting everything into these games and into our trainings. And like the group that we've had and the group of players and young men that have come together through this, it's really been great. And I mean, even though the results aren't perfect, it's been a great time with some of my favorite people.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys, I told Coach as we wrapped up our time that your Crosstown is the first one of the season, and then you guys kind of start the home stretch of Crosstown because it'll be you guys, and then volleyball's first one, and then there's cross country, and then football, and then volleyball closes us out. So it's I don't know why you guys do it so early, but I mean, what is that first Crosstown kind of mean to you guys? Because the second one's always had like the intensity cranked up, but the first one, I mean, it's still a Crosstown, but it's so early for you guys.
Well, it might not seem like the intensity of so turned up because like we're just getting into school.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But between the teams, between CMR and Great Falls High, it's a very intense, however you put it.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, we're the ones who started up, who kind of lead it out. But I mean, it really is a big deal. And what you were talking about earlier, it's a meter stick. It's a way to measure how we're doing against our crosstown rivals.
Yeah, yeah, and you guys ended nothing. I'm not a fan of the ties, but I want to ask you, as a keeper, as one of the leaders on the team, as a captain, what do you learn from a tie that you didn't from a win or a loss?
Well, it was 1-1.
Oh, that's right.
Say that here.
What 1-1? Okay, forgive me. It was 1-1. Yeah, I think both were 1-1. And
yeah,
but still, what do you take away from a tie that you can't from a win or a loss?
It's really what it comes down to is finishing off the game. The job is not done until it's done. We got to play. I mean, it's a full 80-minute game. It's not a short time, and to let off during any of those 80 minutes, especially when it's tied, that can really be a downfall.
Okay. Well, we had Great Falls High girls soccer on last week. Asia, their goalkeeper, I thought said some really great things about the goalkeeper position. She said, "I'm not the only line of defense. I'm the last line of defense." As a keeper, like, do you echo that, or what are your feelings about the position you play?
Yeah, I mean, keeper's a hard position.
Oh yeah,
no matter how you put it.
Oh yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's got to go through 10 people before it gets to the goal. And I mean, it's really true. I am not the only line of defense. I am simply the one who's there when it goes too far.
Yeah. So do you like being keeper? Is there like a sort of mental toughness and challenge that you take pride in, I guess, in between the posts?
Well, yeah, it is a challenge, but I've been in this position for a long time. So I feel like I've kind of gotten used to it. But I mean, it really is tough, and there's so much judgment, and people don't think about it, but the physicality that you need to have as a keeper, like in the box, you need to own the box. Yeah. That's your area.
Well, when it comes to soccer, clearly you've had a long tenure with it. So what's the is there a plan to play the next level? Have you thought that far ahead as far as how far you want to keep playing between the posts?
You know, I've played soccer between the posts my whole life, and I don't think I'll be playing going forward.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Now, I'm going to assume that was not an easy decision. Well, as it sits right now, what was, I guess, the decision maker? Like when you sit down, you think about it. Yeah, I've done this for so long. I could do this at the next level, but I'm not going to? What keeps you from wanting to pursue it?
Well, one of the biggest things is my high school career.
Yeah.
In high school, the results have never been there. For the 4 years that I've been playing on this team, the results have never really come out. And I've put so much hard work and soul, and it's not just me, my whole team, everybody, all these 4 years have put so much heart and soul into it. And at the end of the day, just gotten almost nothing from it. And like going through that, it kind of kills some kind of spirit in me regarding the sport.
So not so much like you don't look at it as a fresh start if you played at the next level. It's like you'd almost have to take a break to find that same fire you had for it, in the early years.
Yeah. And like this season, I'm going to put everything into it. It's my last season.
Yeah.
So it does mean a lot to me. And also like the commitment of being a collegiate athlete, there's so much work and balance and everything that goes into it.
So what do you want to do then after high school? Like what's the plan now?
The plan is to go into engineering.
Wow, okay. Ambitious.
Yeah, but I'll go into mechanical, and then after that, if I want to swap up like 2 years in, I can.
Okay. Are there any other sports that you do that maybe didn't get the amount of attention soccer did that you're like, I could probably do that, and even though I would go for this, I could maybe add that in at some point in college?
Not really. I've done track, I've thrown discus and shot for the past 4 years, but I've never been a track athlete per se. I've been an athlete who does track.
So what does it take to be a soccer athlete? Because, we've talked about conditioning up here and the endless running that you guys do. Mentally, though, how do you prepare? Like, what's your game day mindset like?
Mentally, it's a good bit of stuff. It's getting yourself together so that you can play and put everything into these 80 minutes. You need to be locked in because one mistake can mean a loss.
Yeah.
And that's really what it comes down to. But for me, I don't really have any certain traditions or rituals. I like to listen to jazz.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Calm down. Because like keeper, it's a very agile and upbeat position per se. But through that, you need to stay relaxed and calm so you can let your body's reactions to take over.
Okay. So you listened to jazz. Let's see. Last week it was Addie Kirkhart sings the entire Hamilton thing, and gets the whole locker room involved. Jazz, it's not that odd because I know that there are certain like UFC fighters that are taught and trained to listen to like classical music to get to do the same effect that jazz does for you. How did you discover that? Like, how does one come across jazz as their pregame hype music?
It was my sophomore year,
Okay.
actually. And on my TikTok, I started seeing all these great jazz musicians and whatnot.
Wow.
And I put it on one day before a game doing ladder drills. And it just worked for me.
Wow. Is there a favorite jazz tune or artist, like a Louis Armstrong or anybody out there that?
Not particularly. I do like the who is it? The Ubrecht Quartet. Forget the first name.
Okay. So you've gone a little bit down the jazz rabbit hole. It's not just like background music for you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good.
Miles Davis, always a good bet.
Oh yeah, Miles. Man. Okay. Well, I appreciate this even more now because this is not what I was expecting. But I like that it's not just the thing for soccer that you've actually learned to appreciate. The music and everything. I think that's huge. So, is there any other stuff about like what gets you in the right mindset, a pregame snack or somebody that you got to text or call before a game or a match?
Not particularly. I know Bryce and some of the other boys, they have this tradition of eating Lunchables before a game.
I love that. Lunchables. Nice.
I mean, it does work though. It's quick carbs, get you going.
Absolutely. Is it strictly the ham and turkey ones, or is it like the pizza ones and the? He's like, it's the pizza ones. Oh, that's great. Okay, so there is no, as long as it says Lunchable, nothing is off limits. I like this. Okay, all right. Let's see here. There's Mario Kart in the back. Do you have a Mario Kart go-to character?
I do not. I remember when I was younger, Bowser was always my guy.
Okay, all right. What do you game?
Not really. I used to be into it, but just been busy.
Okay, so what hobbies outside of soccer do you have?
Well, I do like lifting, especially in the off season. Like I'll go most days. During the winter, I'm big into snowboarding,
Ooh, okay.
and I've actually worked up at Showdown for these past 2 years.
I had a season pass to Mount Spokane for 3 years in a row. I never got very good, but I always had fun with it. I would go off into the little trails that they would make in between, some of the hills and slopes, and you had like the little jumps here and there, and then everybody would hang out and see who could do like the best trick. But so, what got you into snowboarding? Living in Montana, probably.
Living in Montana, but my dad's he's always been big into it, and he actually used to be the on-site doctor for the X Games in Aspen.
Oh,
Every year he would
why?
go.
Wow.
So he's actually the one who taught me when I was 7 or 8, and ever since then, I've always been passionate about it.
So, did you ever get to meet Shaun White or any of those guys?
I never met Shaun White, but my dad did. He saw him at X Games when Shaun was 13.
Wow.
And he said, "There's something special in that kid."
That's a flex, man. Okay. Got to get your dad on here now. Just a random Monday talk snowboarding. But no, okay. So snowboarding. So I'm going to guess that wherever you go for engineering, you probably want to be somewhere close to the things that you can still enjoy, like snowboarding. So did you have a college in mind?
I've really been looking at the Colorado School of Mines down in Golden.
Nice. Yeah, no better place to snowboard than Colorado, man. Okay. So I can get behind that. That's good stuff. Snowboarding, jazz music, Lunchables. This has been a very eclectic portion of the interview. Coach Clark, you got a solid team here. Like, I'm loving these guys. They're awesome. All right. So Crosstown, you guys finished 1-1 the first one. And obviously the second one, you started the second half of your season. That starts the rest of Crosstown for the other sports. So, I mean, is it kind of like its own event for you guys, or is Crosstown just another match for you?
It is not just another match. I mean, at the end of the day, it's truly a rivalry.
Yeah.
And it's not like they're enemies or anything.
No.
I'm friends with so many of the guys on that team. But when it comes to Crosstown, I'll put them down. You got to do what you got to do.
Got to do what you got to do. I love that.
But there's so much spirit and energy that comes through everybody on that day and in that game. It's really great to be a part of the team out on the field at that time.
So I missed the first Crosstown last year just because I had it on the schedule wrong, and that's my bad. But I went to the second one, and that one, 2 ties again. And I talked to Shay Sweeney, who I'd gotten to know over the years, and I said, "How do you feel about that?" And she's like, honestly, like I think it's okay that we ended in a tie because we're still, 2 teams, 1 city at the end of the day. And so there's nobody's going to be leaving their senior year soccer career on a note like, a crosstown win or a loss. And I thought that was very poetic. And then talking with Addie Kirkhart last week, she was like, "No, we better win, man. Like I don't want ties anymore." So, okay, how do you feel about Crosstown, especially the last one?
We got to score more goals than they do.
To win soccer, you got to score more goals than the opponent. I mean, that's what it comes down to. That the ball needs to go in the back of their net more than the back of your net. That's what's going to win you matches.
So simple, right?
It's
so
very
simple.
John Madden. I love this. Excellent. All right, man. Well, hey, I'm sorry that you have lost the fire for soccer. I really hope that you get it back. I think that you've been a fantastic player. I've got a huge amount of respect for goalkeepers. A job is not easy. There's a lot of pressure, just like a kicker in football. It seems like you just have the one job to do, but there's 10 other people out on that field, before it gets to you. So hopefully you find that fire again, and that it carries you through the second half of the season, through Crosstown, all that good stuff. But man, it's been such a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, Shane Thomas, one more time. Thank you very much, sir. And we will be back, and we've got Bryce coming up after this.
The Stadium Lights Coaches Show is made possible by our proud sponsors. The Burger Bunker, located at 24 5th Street South here in Great Falls and open Monday through Saturday. It's my personal favorite burger in town. I like the Island. Stop in and tell them the Fan Show sent you. Burger Bunker, no frills, just deliciousness for your inner burger lover. Mars of Great Falls, your one-stop shop for a variety of automobile restoration services. Call today at 406-315-2142 or stop in and see Archie yourself at 1224 19th Avenue South. Schulte's 38th Street Store and Coffee House. Family owned and the best chicken in town if you ask me. But don't take my word for it. Stop in and see for yourself at 3800 3rd Avenue South. A Cutting Crew and Nails too. Located at 315 17th Avenue Northeast. Walk-ins are welcome or call and book an appointment today. 406-771-4900. Russell Country Federal Credit Union, where they believe in helping you and your children achieve financial success while building a better community. They want to be your financial home, so stop in their Great Falls or Fairfield office and get started on your new account today. Mountain West Farm Bureau Insurance, the Eric Dirk Agency, protecting what matters most, local service you can trust, and specializing in home, auto, life, and farm ranch products. And finally, CM Russell Hall of Famer Linda Morin, Rustler Pride.
All right, we are back. We've got Bryce Brown, aka Mr. Lunchable. Hey, pleasure to have you, man. How
Yeah,
you doing?
thank you for having us.
So that's how did that start? I getting right to it. How did the Lunchables thing for the pregame start?
Well, it started this year. I just was at the store with my mom getting snacks for my first game. And I just saw them and I was like, I like those. I ate them as a kid and I just wanted to eat them again. And after the first game, I just started eating them.
I feel like there's a certain comfort in nostalgia. Like if you can find something to tie back to your childhood, that it just makes you kind of settle in a little more. So I get that. I respect that.
Yeah.
We're midway through the season. Let me go ahead and get your takeaways from the first half. Like, what do you feel about the boys?
I think it's been an all right first half. It's been on and pretty much on the whole time, just hardworking, which tires us out pretty hard going into the next games. So it's hard for us to keep up sometimes, but we put in a lot of effort sometimes, and it shows. And then other times it's just we're too tired to show our best. But I think it's been all right.
Well, I mean, I can't say for certain, but I feel like if you guys were given a little extra time to break any ties, that I don't know, it feels like if you had, let's say, 3 matches in 1 week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, something like that, and all 3 ended in a tie, you're not just like physically drained, you're probably mentally drained. Is that accurate at all? Like, do you feel almost extra tired from tying?
Yeah, I would feel that too because like you're putting in all that effort and it's basically for just tying. It's not
The point,
it's not
or
anything special. I
how?
don't feel like so.
Well, you guys have a whole second half of the season ahead of you. Coach says you guys did great against Gallatin as far as getting them frustrated. You're a midfielder, I believe. So, describe what your responsibilities are out on the field and your role.
A lot of my responsibilities are like putting people where they're supposed to be, talking, and just organizing everybody, and just get the ball and pass it along real quick, just making plays.
Okay, so you are kind of literally the middleman. Like
Yeah.
it goes through you to go wherever it needs to go.
Yeah, a lot of the time.
Okay, not doesn't sound like a whole lot of glory in that, but clearly it's a position that you excel at. So, what is it about the position that you like?
I like that it's like both offense and defense. You're not just sitting back there waiting for the ball to get passed back, or just same thing with offense when you're just waiting up for it to come over. You're getting both sides, which I like a lot.
So you mentioned with your responsibilities that it's a lot about getting people where they need to go, the ball going through you. How do you communicate out on a soccer field?
I just tell my two players in front of me like number 4 left shoulder, number 3 right shoulder, and they should look and just cover that man.
Okay, so you guys got it down.
Yeah,
That's
for the
good.
most part, yeah.
So what has been the big takeaway of soccer for your high school career? Like how would you sum up the experience?
I think it's been a fun experience. Not all the results we've wanted last year. It felt really good with the results we had, But before that, it was just not the stuff I wanted, but it was still fun hanging out with all my friends and just playing the sport I love. So
You do at the club level too,
yeah,
outside. Okay, so you
yeah.
are soccer through and through. How long have you been playing soccer for?
I played rec when I was younger, but then I got back into it competitively in 8th grade, and I've been
Okay.
playing since then.
Any other sports that you do?
I just ski. That's about it. Soccer and ski.
All right, so you ski, he snowboards. Like, do you guys have that kind of trash talk back and forth? Because when I snowboarded, like, we did not like skiers at all. We called them double plankers, hard booters, all that, and we did not make friends with the skiers.
I think I think we make friends with them. It's just we make fun of each other all the time, but we still have that friendship. So
Yeah.
I also work up at Showdown too.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you guys teammates on the pitch, but on the mountain, you guys competitors, like who can get down the hill the fastest or who can do the most tricks on the way?
yeah, a little bit.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love it. So what got you into skiing then?
My grandparents are good skiers. They've been skiing their whole life, which got my mom involved. And then she taught me and my brothers young, and we just always loved it since we were little kids.
Okay.
So
Well, soccer, next level. Any thoughts about it? Do you want to continue to play?
I think it'd be really fun to continue. I don't know if I think it's possible, but it'd be really hard. Just a lot of the times in Montana, it's hard to get looks from schools where you want to go, which I think it's getting a little better, but it's still hard because Montana's not such a big state.
Well, I know that the Frontier Conference has some pretty solid soccer squads. Providence, I believe Carroll does as well. I don't know about the other schools. Some have certain programs, some don't. I know Providence has a hockey team that plays like 4 times a year, and it depends on the year if they actually have a hockey team. So soccer, I would assume, is a bit more of a predominant sport and a fixture to all the schools. But I mean, have you hit up any of those schools in the area that you could maybe see yourself suiting up for?
I haven't like talked to them any of them personally. I don't feel like I want to play in state. I I don't know. It's just hard things to think about that I haven't really put the time into yet, which I probably should, but
Well, I don't mean to put the pressure on, but
you're good.
I think out of state is a huge thing. I encourage it. I think there's so much more to the world than the state line of 406. I have nothing against Montana. It's where I live. It's where I've been able to do stuff like the coaches show and get to know guys like you, and I think it's great. But I do think that for a lot of athletes, there's a certain I don't know, like a default setting to want to look at Carroll, at Tech, at Rocky, and be close to home, but not too close. When it's just like that there's 49 other states out there.
Yeah.
So are you looking at Colorado like Shane is?
No, I haven't looked at Colorado, but I haven't really looked at too many schools. I also got to look at what I want to do after my future and put that into perspective also, because that's a big part of me too, on where I want to go and how it will help me in the future after.
Well, if not soccer, I mean, you could look into skiing. It sounds like there's a pretty good family lineage there. Have you thought any at all about trying to get a skiing scholarship, maybe in a place like Colorado or?
I've never thought about that. I do that for fun,
Okay.
really. So
All right. So other than the Lunchables, what does pregame look like for you?
um, I just I do a lot of eating. I just
I do a lot of eating.
I don't know why. I just like to feel myself a lot. Um, like granola bars, lunch bowls, that stuff, Gatorade, things like that.
Okay, so I got to ask because this sounds like there's a story in there somewhere, but okay, you eat a lot. In the early years or even recently, have you eaten so much and gotten so nervous or so tired that you puked on the field? No?
I've never puked.
Wow.
Early years I was close, but I never did.
Close but never did. I had an internal bet with myself when he said he ate a lot. I was like, oh, he's puked. And now he's like, no, never puked. Good for you. So you snack like all day, all through game. Shane listens to jazz. I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah,
And anything like that for you? A music genre that you've
Uh,
become fond of?
I don't listen to jazz. I not really into that. But I do like country music a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a no skip song like one you have to hear every time on the playlist?
Mm, yeah, like Never Thought I'd Be by Corey Kent. That's a pretty good song. I like.
Okay. I thought you were maybe gonna go like Boot Scoot Boogie or something,
Oh
but
no, I didn't. I also like upbeat music for pregame too.
Okay.
I also have a like a kind of a rap upbeat music playlist I play too. I just
Wow.
mix it around.
Country and rap.
Yeah,
Shuffle. Wow. I was
Yeah.
not expecting that. Okay.
yeah, I just like it all.
Is there a rap artist that you like more than the others?
Uh, Juice World. He gets a lot of hate, but I don't know. I just like Juice World. It's pretty
Okay.
cool.
All right. So we got country and rap, shuffle, Lunchables. Is there anybody in the locker room that has like just an odd pregame? You know, that you looked at it at first and you're like, man, I don't know about that one.
I haven't really seen one. I'd say mine is pretty weird because a lot of people don't eat a lot, but
They get too nervous. You're just
Yeah.
like, oh, no, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I'm eating my feelings.
yeah.
What does crosstown mean to you? Like, what is this second one coming up in a couple weeks going to mean when you step out there for the last time?
I think it's a really big thing. Yeah, we've known them forever. They're friends. A lot of them are friends, but when it comes that week, they're like, we don't know each other. And you just gotta set that aside and just play your hardest no matter what. And then afterwards, you go back to being friends. But yeah, I think it's really big for us.
Yeah, well, a couple of kids have said that it's Gallatin or it's Bozeman or it's West. You know, if it's not crosstown, like those are the teams that basically make or break a season. Do you have a team that's like that on the schedule that's like, okay, if we don't win any other game, I want to win this
I've never really thought that. Really, I did feel like if we would have beat Gallatin, that would have been really special.
one? Yeah.
We were close and we played really hard and made it our best, but that felt good what we did.
So, what is it about soccer that you love so much?
Um, I'd say a lot of the culture, it just all the friends that invited me in and everything like that just got me into it, and the people I like to spend my time with. And then as I got better at it, I liked it more and more. Just I don't know, I just liked it. Yeah.
You liked running around for 3 hours.
Yeah.
How do you stay mentally like checked into the game? You know, when you're running, you aren't a goalkeeper. You're not between the posts for 40 minutes a half. You're out there directing traffic
Yeah.
for 40 minutes a half.
You gotta like keep everything out of your head that's not needed. Like my dad will be shouting out like Brucey, which is my nickname, but I just tune that out. I know he's there supporting me, but things like that I just tune out. And same thing with my friends, if they're yelling at me, I just tune out, focus on the game.
So I was supposed to ask. I don't know if it was Shane, but I'll ask you. Coach mentioned injuries like getting raked by cleats. Was that you that had an incident this season or throughout
Yeah.
your career?
Yeah, that was just Friday night. I got stepped on the back of my ankle, which
Ow!
hurt pretty hard.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
Do you headbutt him? Because you can't punch him.
No. I just got up, walked it off. It was an accident, but there's things like that that'll happen. But you just gotta get up and just brush it off because losing your composure isn't healthy at all.
No. So you tend to keep yours. How many cards have you gotten on you in your career?
I think I have 2 yellows and that's it.
Wow. The fact that you know the number and the color, that's impressive. Because I didn't know if you guys lost track or what, but that's good, man. Just 2 yellows.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you guys have a tough stretch to start off the second half of the season, but I mean, are you guys going into it where it's not so much the second half of the season, but this is like a fresh start? Like, okay, you guys have gotten through, your wounds are healed now and you're ready for the second half. This is where it really counts.
I feel like it's a fresh start because now we've seen a lot of the teams.
Yeah.
And I feel like we can learn from how we lost or how we played the last games. And then we can just restart and figure it out from there and just try our best then and figure out their strategies to help us win.
Excellent. Well, I certainly wish you guys the best of luck in the rest of the season. They have Crosstown coming up. Is it the 30th?
Yes.
Yes, Tuesday the 30th at Memorial Stadium, the second and final Crosstown for soccer. And then that Friday is volleyball. And then a few weeks later is football and then volleyball again. So you guys kick off Crosstown like for the whole year, and then you guys kick off like the heat of Crosstown season with this second matchup. So I'm excited for it. I'll be there. I'm looking for a win. Somebody's got to get me a win. We can't do these ties no more. Okay.
All right.
All right. One more time for Bryce Brown. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And next week here on the Coaches Show, we will have Great Falls High volleyball. So we're going to switch back to the volleyball court and back to the school on this side of the river. But again, the Coaches Show is here live at Stadium Sports Bar and Casino every Monday from 6 to 7. So thank you again, man. Thank you guys for stopping by, and we will see you next time.